Did you know that 95% of traders do not know how to mark up a chart? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I mark up a chart and how to get very precise entries. But first, I need you guys to first off like this video, because every time you like this video, it shows that you support me and that makes me want to make even more content. Also, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And lastly, my last and final Forex course is dropping on June 30th. If you want to be a part of that and get on the pre-sale, you need to be following me on Instagram. That is where I'm releasing it. Now, without further ado, let's get into the sauce, baby. Now, the first thing that we need to do is figure out what currency pair we're going to be trading. Now, with me, I like to focus on one currency pair and really get to understand that pair, how it moves, the best session to trade, and all that juicy information that's very important. So the next thing that we're going to do after we have found our currency pair that we're going to trade, you usually do want to trade during the session, by the way. So figure out what session you guys want to trade, and then you're going to be trading. So before you're like actually trading, you're going to be finding the session that you're trading. So let's say that we're trading during the New York session, and right now it is a New York session. What I usually do is I start from a higher time frame like the daily, and I'll look and see if there's any reversal candles. So we can see very clearly that we have a doji that reversed, or we have a doji, a reversal candle that closed on Friday's candle. So this is going to give us a lot of confirmation that we should see a nice push up. Now, a lot of the time before a candle actually has its move, when there's a reversal candle before it, it likes to retest. So check this out. We have a doji right here as well, or a spinning top. But notice the wick on this candle right here. And then notice the wick on this candle right here. Notice how it pushed up and then it actually shot down. So we can actually see the same thing playing out right here on this candle. Look how it already kind of pushed down. It retested the psychological level of 29,750, and it looks like we're rejecting that level. We did hit it right here, moved away, then we hit it right here. We barely pierced through it, but then we closed above it. So the same thing, it looks like it went and hit that psychological level, and we're now rejecting it. So that's why I like to start with higher time frames and go to lower time frames, because overall on a daily time frame, that's where I'm going to look for a reversal candle. And if I see a reversal candle, there's a very high probability that it's actually going to reverse and go the way that I want. So for this market right here, I'm looking for buys all day long. We have a doji's reversal candle signaling a buy. We rejected the psychological level. We're definitely going to be seeing buys. So now that I looked at the daily, I'm like, all right, perfect, we're in an uptrend. And now I'm going to go to a lower time frame. I'm not going to go the hour 4. I'm going to go to the 1 hour. And all I'm looking for is I'm looking for that low that was hit. So we can see right here, this is the lowest point within our range right now. This is that support that it hit, moved away. And now since I'm looking for an uptrend, I'm going to be looking for a higher low to actually get into the markets. So we have a higher high right here, higher low, and this did not make a higher high. So realistically, this is probably our higher low right here, and we're going to see it push up. But honestly, if I was to get an entry on this trade, since I saw a doji on the daily, I would have wanted to enter right when it hit the psychological level again, because we can see it came and retested it and then pushed away. So we kind of did miss our entry right now. But here's the thing, we are in the Asia session and the New York session hasn't even started. So a lot of the moves, if you're looking at them prior to the London or the New York session, a lot of the actual moves are going to play out during the London or the New York session. So we really don't have to worry, because this daily chart does have a doji, but a lot of the big moves probably aren't going to happen during the London. And also we have a holiday tomorrow, so there probably isn't going to be much momentum. But honestly, the New York session is really when the market is going to be flowing. This video is sponsored by my program, FX University. Go to the link in the description to sign up, or there should be a link on this page. Once you go to join now, you're going to go to get started. And once you do, we're going to give you a code for 15% off. Go right here where it says to add promo code, type in FX1 and click apply. So the next thing that we need to do is really look on these lower time frames for near points of support or resistance or a near psychological level. So we can see, I'm honestly, like, I love looking at the minute 15 time frame. This is where I find a lot of my entries at. So on the minute 15 time frame, what I want to see is it come and retest the psychological level again if we can. If not, since we already are aiming for an uptrend, I want to see it break this psychological level and then retest it, because we have broke through this level a couple of times, but I haven't broke through it to where we got to our next psychological level. So at this point, what I want to see is a break of the psychological level, a retest, and right on the retest is where I'm going to get my entry. So since we aren't in the New York session right now, what I'm going to do is go back to a previous setup last week so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So right here was the New York session. We can see that right here was a candle that closed at 5:45 a.m. And we could see that we came and hit our psychological level right here. But notice how we closed with as a spinning top right here. This candle is a spinning top. It's like that toy we used to spin around as kids. And that's that toy. So that's why we call it a spinning top. So we can see we have a beautiful spinning top. We have a long wick to the upside telling us like this thing is most likely going to drop. And boom, right after that we saw it break the wicks right here and really started to push down. So it's really simple. What I would suggest that you guys do is actually go back in time and look at the markets during a specific session that you want to look at and see how the markets are playing out. Honestly, figuring out how to mark up a chart and actually execute on a buy or sell is a lot easier than it seems. It's just going to take a lot of practice and time. And if you want to learn how to trade, make sure you follow me on Instagram and send me a DM. Let's see how I can help you out. See you guys in the next video. Peace.